Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dawn, giving them microphone, dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh yeah, out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey. Oh, listen, Steve Harvey. Why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey. Get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, won't you join in with me? Come with me, help me say. Turn your radio on. You gotta. Turn it on. Yeah, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Know y'all can get it on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Turn them up. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Man, if y'all only knew. I think I'll tell it to you. This morning, man, started off real crazy. But it's just those little mishaps where we as people who are striving to be successful, that makes all the difference in the world. When you have those little minor things that come up, you can't let the minor things stop you. You've got to keep pressing forward. Now, could I have played the role of where is my car? Where is my car? Oh, where is my car? Instead of hustling and grab a cab. So what am I? Am I above a cab ride now? Or do I have to look at the bigger picture and say, okay, I could act like a little spoiled brat, some type of star, and go, I don't ride in cabs, or where's my car, and then go to blaming people for not having a car? Or do I make the adjustments? Because ain't like I ain't been in a cab before now. Slow down. Ain't like I ain't never been in a beat-up car before. Slow down. Ain't ever like I ain't never had a car and rode a bus before. Slow down. Ain't like I ain't never been homeless before and ain't have nowhere to go. Slow down. So in those moments right there, always remember where you come from. But even more importantly, always remember where you're trying to go. Because it's important for me that I get here as many mornings as I possibly can. It's important because that's the goal. And so many people allow minor things to stop them on their road to success. And I'm giving you this example today, not to say, hey, look at me, but to say to you, hey, listen to me. There are going to be a lot of things that's going to happen along your way to being successful. And if you allow the small things to stop you, there's no way you'll make it. You've got to always press forward and stop looking at the situation for what it is. And look, sometimes you have to take your eye off of right now and put your eye on the future. You know, God has blessed me in so many ways. I mean, what can I say? You know, I asked God for this syndicated show. He gives me a syndicated show. Now I act like I don't want to come to it. Hold on, man. Slow down. Did not you ask for this? Do I not realize that there are certain people, man, who look forward to this message in the morning? I've heard it from people. So from the hundreds that I've heard it for, that could represent thousands for all I know. So if I think somebody's counting on me, I got to try to get there and give something. So today I didn't have any time at all to think about what I might say. I just walked right in and the jingle was playing. And so I decided to just tell you about my day. And maybe you can relate it to something you're going through along the way. Because no matter who you are, you're going to have some moments, man, where things are going to happen. And like I always tell my kids, and I just had this conversation with my little girl, it ain't that things ain't going to happen. It's how you handle what happens that matters. But it don't matter. It's how you handle what happens that's the determining factor on where you get in life and how soon you get there and how long you stay there. There will always be a mishap, something that's going to throw you off. There will always be something, man, that could deter you. There will be something somewhere, man, that will make you doubt it. Now that you know that's going to happen, then let's talk about how you handle what happens, because it's going to happen. So now what do you do as a person when these moments come about in your life? How do you handle them? Oh, woe is me. Oh, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Well, if the Lord wanted me to have this, I'd have that. Do you know how many times you hear people say that? You know, man, and it really irks me, man. Stop using God as your excuse. God ain't no excuse. God is a reason. He's a reason why the good happens. He's a reason. He's not an excuse. God don't have no excuses in none of his scriptures or writings. Not that I've read. He just don't make excuses. I would have done this, but, you know, there's a scripture that says the poor shall always be amongst us. Why that's got to be you? Yeah, he said the poor will always be amongst us because he know everybody ain't going to follow the principles of success. But he also said he came to give you life and give it to you more abundantly. He said that too. But, oh, no, you don't want to hear that because your life kind of tripping out a little bit. So now what you do with it? Now you twist it and you go to that one little scripture that say, well, the poor shall always be amongst us. Well, that's put in there because that's a just in case. See, that's a just in case y'all don't want to follow the scriptures. That's just in case you don't understand that faith without works is dead. That's just in case you have not because you ask not. It's just in case you don't believe and shall not doubt. He got all that in there. But in case you don't want to do that, there is a scripture that tells you what will happen if you don't do it. And here it is. The poor shall always be amongst us. But then you get that when they say, well, I guess that's the Lord's will. Lord's will, really? Really? That's amazing. I just don't believe that about him. I don't believe that God created your life to be a life of misery. I think that we make decisions along the way that cause us to have lives of misery. But I really, really just don't believe that God created you for that. I've heard Nelson Mandela speak. And, you know, you got to go, wow, all those years in prison, man. What was it about? When you hear him speak, you understand what it was about. He said he always knew he would be free one day. Now, what he said he never knew was, he said he never knew that he would be the president of that country. Oh, my goodness. What a long way around. But he could have sat there and got involved in prison activities that wasn't up to par and things like that. And they said whenever young inmates used to come in, he was telling a story one time of how young inmates used to come into the prison. They all sit around and talk to him about what they were doing and how many kids they had in their lives. And it helped them keep track of their outside a little bit. And it kept a sense of time for them. And it reminded them to talk about what they left behind. And it kept them going because something was greater on the other side. Had he allowed that to stop him, had he allowed the imprisonment, which is a pretty major deal, oh, by the way, then guess what? He would have never been the Nelson Mandela that we know today, a martyr, a leader, a great force. People want to go around him. Even people that imprisoned him could not understand his staunch strength, his faith, his unwavering commitment. They couldn't understand it. So things are going to happen in your life, but it's how you handle what happens that matter. So keep pushing, y'all. Don't let the little things get in the way, okay? And if sometimes you just don't know. I got in the cab thinking I wasn't going to make it, but at least let's go see. Let's try. I made it. Now, guess what? That gives me another piece of information that I have. And I had to see it again today. Guess what? I said today, man, sometimes when it look like you ain't going to make it, just go head on anywhere. Now, I could still be back there at the hotel talking about where my car. But I got up in here, I made it. So now, what y'all going to do with it? Let's go.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your undivided attention, please? This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show, live and in living color. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm with that. Give us this day our daily bread. All that is pointing to our much-needed gratitude for this day, this wonderful gift that we've all received called the present. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the present. We are recipients of the present, and today is the present. I'm glad about it. Shirley Strawberry.
Hey, good morning. I'm glad too, Steve. Thank you for that.
Shirley Strawberry. Carla Farrell. I just did Shirley Strawberry. Too early.
It's all good. Like my mama say, same thing. Good morning. What's up, crew?
Junior boy.
Morning, present.
And the fool, nephew Tommy.
Yes, sir. The present is a gift, baby. That's what it is. It's a gift.
Yeah, it is.
We are
It's
here.
called the present.
Man,
That's right.
love it.
Be in it.
Love it. Okay, I know this is not going to affect a lot of people because the majority of you won't even know who I'm talking about. But I watched the comedy special on Netflix. First of all, let me tell you something. Because I'm on such a time change here in Ghana, I get up very, very early and I watch TV. I watched Dolomite.
Oh, is Eddie
Dolomite
Murphy?
is my name. Boy.
Yeah.
Wasn't he good, man?
Boy.
Yeah.
It was
I haven't
good,
seen
right?
it yet.
You got to see
That's
it.
a really, really good movie. Everybody, Eddie Murphy,
So
Dolomite is my name.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch this movie, man.
Is there a black comedian who doesn't know about Dolomite and all of that? You know what I mean?
It's a bunch of them.
Really?
It's a bunch of them.
Well, I would
Yeah,
think
sure,
the
the
young
new ones,
ones.
though,
I would
the
think
new
the
ones,
younger ones.
Well, I mean,
But if you're in the business,
Junior wouldn't know anything about Dolomite.
but what I'm saying, Steve, is if you're in the business as a comedian, wouldn't that be
No.
someone you would know?
Well,
No, absolutely
study?
not.
I had to study Dolomite.
They don't study
Yeah.
I had to
comedians
find
no
out.
more.
I had to find out who Dolomite was that way. Then I met him,
Yeah.
Oh.
but I didn't know
Yeah.
before then when I first got to know.
What do you mean, Steve? They don't study them anymore.
That's not what they do anymore. They're Instagram comedians. They don't study.
Oh,
It's not the
okay.
same art to them because they have other things that stimulates them and everything. They didn't study it back then. We had to study. It wasn't nothing but comedy albums. That's
Yeah,
all we
you had to
had.
know
There
your
wasn't no
history.
Instagram, so
Mm-hmm.
we had to know a little bit more about it. It's nothing against the young cats today. It's
No,
just that's not what they do.
It's
They're
done a
not
different
really. It's
way
not
now.
a lot of them that's students of the game. They're just not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, we're going to do your favorite segment, Ask Steve, coming up next.
Uh-oh. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Good almighty. Oh, Jesus. Good morning, everyone.
Morning,
Sister
sister.
Odell.
Good
Sister
morning,
Odell.
Sister Odell.
Well, let me just speak to everybody real quick and fast because I want to get to the child that I called and talked to. Good morning, Carly.
Hello, Sister Odell.
Junior boy.
Morning, Sister Odell.
And food, Tommy.
Yes, ma'am, Sister Odell. Good morning.
Shirley,
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Sister Odell.
I heard you wasn't feeling well, sweetie. Is everything all right?
It's all right, Sister Odell. Thank you. I appreciate you asking. and your
Nobody
concern.
said what was wrong, but I can tell by the look in your face.
Oh, you
Is your
can?
stomach toe up?
Huh?
Is it cutting you?
No, ma'am. I'm
Cutting you.
fine. Thank you.
Cutting you?
Your stomach ain't cutting you?
No, I don't know exactly what you mean by that.
Well, it's in your eyes, sweetie. Whenever your stomach is cutting, it's in your eyes.
What do you mean it's in my eyes look normal, don't they?
Girl, your eyes ain't ever look normal. You got the biggest eyes. I don't know what in the world would make you think your eyes is normal.
I thought they were normal. They're normal to me.
Girl, your eyes look like an outdoor movie theater.
That's a lot of screen.
Looking at you like looking at a drive-in.
Well, when I was little, they were really big, but I thought I grew into them quite nicely.
Okay.
Oh, you think cause you're okay. You think cause you got matching headlights that make them small?
No.
Is that what you think, sweetie?
No, ma'am.
Well,
no,
you blessed and highly favored. That's for sure.
Thank you.
You ain't
Mr.
ever come
Odell.
up short in that department. But I just seen your face and just look. If your stomach is cutting you, there's some things you can do.
Oh,
to
really?
ease the
Okay.
What can
cut.
she do?
I'm okay,
You
but
know
what?
what-
Yeah, just in case. What could I do?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do for a stomach when it's cutting.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I've never heard that
Cut? You
term,
ever just-
cutting.
cutting. Tearing up.
Oh, okay.
Making you feel some kind of way.
Uh-huh.
You ever had a tablespoon of toothpaste?
Wow.
Knock it right
Toothpaste?
out.
Oh, no.
Girl, Colgate.
Really?
I've never
Yeah,
heard
girl,
that
get a
before,
spoon of
Dad.
Colgate, go down there and knock it right out.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Huh, I didn't know that. Nobody never heard
I
that
tell you something else you can do if your stomach is cutting you. Take
What's
a
that?
Lipton tea bag, a tea bag that you make tea with, Lipton.
Yes, ma'am.
Tear it open, put that under your tongue.
Tear it open.
What is
That's
that
another
do?
thing.
All them
It'll stop
grains
your
of-
stomach from cutting.
These are home remedies.
Well, it tastes so trifling, you forget your stomach is cutting.
Oh, I got you.
That's what that does.
yeah.
Okay.
A lot
All
of it
right.
is like a diversion, You just
Uh-huh.
gotta do things, make you like go outside in the garage and run your car and then just go stand behind the tailpipe for 5 minutes.
That'll make you forget about your stomach.
What that do?
That's carbon monoxide poisoning, just a little bit. It just to take the edge off. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I just go outside and cut the car on and close the garage door and stand behind the exhaust pipe for 5 minutes. Go right in there and sleep like a baby. Yes, I said for a few minutes, fool.
Do you have any remedies that we would, could have our lives so we won't die? Because these things sound like
It's a lot.
they'll
Now,
kill
is we
you.
still talking about, Shirley, we still talking about your stomach cutting?
Oh, someone
Oh,
else
see,
has
yours must really be bothering you because you need extra help.
No, I'm okay.
Here's another thing, to eat a half a banana and a peppermint.
What will that do?
What?
And a
That's
peppermint.
an ignorant food.
Candy and a fruit. What that do?
Half a banana and a peppermint, and I knock it out, girl. You won't have no more cuts.
Wow,
no
I've
cuts
heard of
in your stomach.
pickles and peppermint, but banana and peppermint. Okay.
Pickles and peppermint don't do nothing for your stomach, girl.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just heard of it.
That's a snack.
Oh, that's a snack.
That's what you buy when you a kid in the ghetto and you ain't got enough money. You get a peppermint and a pickle. That's a po-ass snack right there.
But is
Anything
it
else?
Anymore? Oh, girl, there's a whole lot you can do for a bad stomach ache when it's cutting you. You can do like that. Oh, I tell you what, I tell you something else will do it for you, too.
What, Sister Odell?
Oh, I got a question.
half-
Go ahead, Sister Odell.
A half a cup of chitlin juice.
Oh,
Swallow it down hot.
Oh,
hot.
Swallow it down hot.
That oughta
Girl, cut it right out.
Half a
chitlin
cup
juice.
of chitlin juice.
be. From chitlin to
Heat
chitlin.
it.
Wow.
eat it.
What you think? What
I
you
got
think
a
of
question
chitlin
for you,
is?
Sister Odell.
What is it, Carly?
Okay, so Sister Odell, Thanksgiving is coming up. What kind of remedy can you give people, overeating? You know what's happening on Thanksgiving, Sister Odell. Anything you could just suggest so we could stop it before it get the stomach cut.
Overeating. What I do for a lot of my relatives when they come over that overeats,
Yes, ma'am.
I sprinkle
Yes, ma'am.
X-Lax on the dressing.
Wait, what?
X-Lax on the
I
dress.
sprinkles X-Lax on the dressing.
On the dressing. Oh, I thought she said dresser.
Yes. On the
Yeah,
dress.
on
And what
the
does that
dressing.
do?
Yes.
What does that do, Sister?
Well,
Rochelle?
well, you're going to eat one big plate full, but after that, you're going to be tied up. You ain't
All
going to
right.
want to take a plate home or nothing.
You gonna be cutting.
Thank you, Sister Odell, for those home remedies.
Hey!
Coming up next,
That's
it is
what
the
we'll
nephew.
do from time to time. We'll do Sister Odell's remedies. You
Yes,
know, to
ma'am.
help you through your
I like-
hard
yes, ma'am.
times and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
You know.
All right.
There's
Maybe
something you can do for them big eyes of yours, too.
the nephew's going to run that prank back coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, Kylie Jenner, The Rich Get Richer, and Morris Day and The Time. Man, they still got it. We'll talk about all of these stories at
Yeah.
the top of the hour. Oh, love me some Morris Day and Jerome. But right now, it is time for the nephew to run that prank back. What you got for us, Nev?
Praise dancing.
Why do you say it like that?
Because when you run it back, Shirley, you got to run it back with feeling. Praise dancing. Let's go. Come on, cat dog.
Hello.
This is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. How you doing? I'm looking for Sister Tanya.
This is Sister Tanya.
Sister Tanya, this is Brother Fuller from the church. How are you?
Oh, I'm well, Brother Fuller. How are you?
I'm good. We wanted to give you a call about the praise dancing that's at the church. First of all, I wanted to really show you how much you're doing a great job over there with the praise dancers, and you definitely do a great job on every third Sunday that you guys actually perform. Everybody seems to really like it.
Well, thank you. What can I do for you today?
There is a bit of a situation with, it's been brought to our attention. We actually had a small gathering, a little meeting about it, and I've been elected to actually give you a call.
And who is this again? I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Brother Fuller.
Uh-huh. And who had a meeting?
Some of the brothers at the church and pastor actually sat in for a moment on it, and I was actually elected to actually just give you a call. It nothing that I don't think we can't get rectified and move on smoothly as we normally do. But I just think we wanted to reach out to you and kind of make you aware of it if you don't mind.
Okay. And what things are those?
Well, Sister Tanya, has any of the praise dancers before they became praise dancers was any of them strippers?
I beg your pardon?
Was any of the praise dancers that at the church that you have on the praise team right now, was any of them strippers in the past?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't really know who you are. And I don't really understand this line of questioning.
Like I said, I'm Brother Fuller. I don't think we've met, but like I said, I've been elected to give you a call. Now it seems like what happened is this past week when you all actually danced, it seemed like a couple of the girls was actually gyrating during the praise routine.
Say what? Gyrating. Brother Fuller, I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you saw. None of my girls were gyrating. They were dancing for the Lord. And I think if you look through your Lord's eye, perhaps you would see them better, instead of maybe you were looking through the gyrating eye.
No. See, some of these girls, a couple of these girls, we can point them out. A couple of them have strip girl tendencies, evidently, because some of them has been driving.
Strip girl tendencies. You know what? Sir, I think we need to complete this call. Perhaps I need to call Bishop and speak to him myself because, I don't know what you do all day, but I have a real job. And I'm sitting here holding a conversation in my office about gyrating strippers in the church. Are you kidding me?
Ma'am, listen. Now, here's a couple other things that they're talking about. Some of the girls' feet are real ashy when you all are performing, and they want to see if maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if y'all need the grip or whatever that y'all don't put lotion on. We're not sure what that is. As well as the toenail polish. Everybody has 3, 4, 5 different designs and everything. Is it any way y'all can be in unison with your toenail polish? But the most important thing is the gyrating during the dance routine.
I don't know what your feet look like. I don't need you calling me, talking to me about my girls, their feet, their nail polish. Perhaps your mind should be on Jesus instead of on them. How about that?
Hard, man, for my mind to be.
I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't
It's
know what
hard
your
for my
problem
mind to
is.
be on Jesus when somebody's shaking their butt at the church. Now, that's the problem.
You know what? Look, I'm at work. Now, I'm trying to keep a work tone. You're going to make me curse up in here. Now, let me tell you something. Don't call me anymore. I will deal with Pastor. If he has something to say with me, he can say it to me personally. But I'm done with this conversation.
Are you going to deal with the gyrating is what we want to know. Maybe, you know what, it just hit me. Maybe you one of the ones that's doing the gyrating.
Look, let me tell you something. My girls ain't doing no damn gyrating, and neither am I. Now, I am done with this conversation. Do you understand me?
But listen.
I'm done.
Are you done with the
Done.
gyrating? That's what we want to stop. So we can't praise the Lord if the booties is shaking.
You know what? Sir, look, I got to go to work. I got to go. Now, again, I don't know what your issue is. It sounds to me like you have an issue with gyrating booties. I have not heard so much gyrating booties in one conversation in my entire life. Now, my mind is set on Jesus. I don't know what your mind is set on.
Well, Sister Tanya, before you was a praise dance ministry, over the ministry, did you ever used to strip?
You know, I didn't do no stripping. Now, did your wife do any stripping?
What?
Did your mama do any stripping?
What did you? Wait a minute, man.
You heard what I said. You heard what? How you like if somebody called you and asked you if your mama did some stripping? How you like that? I got
you know what I want to know? When is the next rehearsal? That way I can come and pick out who it is that's doing this gyrating.
No. You don't have any business at my rehearsal. I don't want to see you at my rehearsal. I don't want to see any parts of you in my rehearsal. If I see you near one of my girls, I swear I'm coming after you myself. Do you understand me?
We need to find out who's doing that gyrating.
You don't need to find out a damn thing. You need to stay your butt in your own house.
And I'm glad y'all ain't dancing when the plate is being passed, because ain't no telling how you act with them wands coming through that.
You know what? That's it. That's it. You call me disrespecting me, I'm at work. I can't even handle this anymore. You know what? Don't call me no more. Don't look at my girls no more. Matter of fact, come near the church and see what I got for you.
I want to know is you going to stop the gyrating. When is you going to stop
do
them
a damn
folks from
thing.
moving? That's
I'm not
what
going to do
I
a
want to
damn
know.
thing.
Who you think you talking to like that? You supposed to be a minister leader.
You. I'm done listening to you. Now I'm getting ready to go.
Well, I got one more thing to say to you before you leave.
No, you ain't got a damn thing to say to me. I said I was done.
And I said I got one more thing to say. Is you listen?
You know what, man? Get off my phone.
I'm going to say it anyway. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your entire praise ministry congregation, all your girls, got me to prank phone call you.
Oh, I'm a cutie. For real? Oh. Oh, they got me cursing on the radio. Oh, which one was it? Oh, you know what?
It was all of them. I talked to about 5 of them.
Now I got some explaining to do. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
You did good, though. You did real. You hung in there.
Oh, wait till I talk to Bishop.
You might want to call Bishop a help.
I think I'm going to have it.
Hey, I got one thing to ask you, Tanya. What
that?
is the baddest radio show in the land?
Nobody else but the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Praise that thing.
Yeah.
Praise, some praise dancers don't need to be praise dancers, but I'm not going to go into that. But
I love praise
some
dancers.
of them really don't need to be out.
Do you, Shirley?
I do. I love them.
I ain't never enjoyed
especially if they're really good. The ones at my church are good. They are good.
Oh, they sure?
No.
My
That's
auntie
what
wasn't
you
good at
say.
it at all. She was always 3 steps behind the
Ain't it
regular
right
routine.
there? It's an age limit to praise
Yeah.
dance.
And it's a toe lift.
It's
It's
really-
all 5 of your toes, too. You need that.
Tommy.
I'm just saying.
Everybody can't wear the tight white outfit.
No, they can't.
All right, thank you, nephew. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In today's entertainment news, Kylie Jenner is no control freak when it comes to her cosmetics empire. Well, not anymore, anyway. Since she just sold off the majority of the $1.2 billion company that made her a mogul. The world's youngest billionaire unloaded 51% of Kylie Cosmetics to Coty, the conglomerate behind Clairol, CoverGirl, and Max Factor, just to name a few. Kylie reportedly got $600 million for the sale, which gives Coty the reins financially. But the youngest Jenner, Kylie, isn't out of the business altogether. In a joint statement, Cody said Kylie would continue leading all creative efforts and communications initiatives and social media. She's really good selling her stuff on social media, so I can see why they would want her to keep that, right?
She sold 51%.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She keeps 49%.
Uh-huh.
51% is over $600 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dog.
She's rich.
And she's already
Beyond
a
rich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you right now, $600 million straightens a lot of things out. Now, it's going to come with some other problems. It's going to come with because when you get the money, the more money you get, there is a series of problems that come with it. So your life will not be problem free.
Well, no.
Can we pay for that though? Whatever that other thing is, can we pay for that?
Do we fix that?
Well, you're not going to be able to pay for everything, but it's going to cost you though. That's what I mean by it. It's just going to, there's a cost for that. And it's very, very steep. But like a guy one time told me, I said, hey man, he was doing the Ask Steve on my show. He said, hey man, what's the biggest problem with money? I said, just having it creates a wealth of new problems that you never had before. And it's a lot of difficulties. Another dude in the crowd said, well, let's switch then.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see.
Boy, I could not stop laughing. I was on my show. I laughed so hard, that brother turned around and said, well, let's switch then. Hell, let me see what that is. I'd rather have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go, Kylie.
Wow,
Man.
600 million.
Money.
Yeah, I mean, she was already
still
rich.
own
Now she's-
49?
Yeah.
And still get 49.
But she's
Yeah.
already a billionaire.
She was already that.
But you
Yeah,
get
the
your
youngest, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, do they give you the 600 that day?
Good question, Junior.
Because us broke people don't know that part. Do you get the 600 that day?
We know what's gonna happen that day if we getting it though. We know that.
Oh, man.
Okay, no, what's gonna happen that day? I want to
What
hear
happens
this.
that
Yeah.
day?
Yeah. I wanna
Packing
hear
it
this.
all up right there in front of everybody. Packing
Say
it.
what? What did you say?
I'm packing everything up in front of everybody.
I don't know what that means.
What do you
does
mean,
that
packing?
mean? Yeah. What does that
I'm
mean?
leaving. Hell, you mean packing? I'm leaving.
Why are you
Where are you
packing all
going?
that?
You mean you're leaving by yourself, or
Away.
you're leaving with your family? What are you
Hell
saying?
no, I ain't leaving with them. They can have all this. I'm out. I am out. I'm gonna leave y'all with a little something. Everybody good. I'm out.
Where are you going? I mean,
I don't know, but away from here.
Well, 600 million, he can go where he wants.
You doggone right I can.
wow.
Woo.
Is there anything you want to say right here to your nephew, Uncle Steve?
Not at all. Not a thing. Sometimes you just stupid is like stupid does.
It's time. It's time for our headlines. Please, let's just go. I cannot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, everybody. And good morning. Here's the news. The public impeachment hearings resume later on today and continuing tomorrow and Thursday with as many as 8 witnesses questioned. And this week we're supposed to hear from people who actually were on that phone call. So it wasn't like hearsay, third hearsay, whatever. The Republicans are saying these people actually heard the phone call. They were on it. That phone call with the President Trump and the Ukrainian officials. This is a startling political turnaround. The Trump administration announced that the U.S. policy as it pertains to the Israeli settlements on the occupied West Bank is that they are no longer considered illegal or inconsistent with international law. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says the new policy just makes sense.
The hard truth is there will never be a judicial resolution to the conflict, and arguments about who is right and wrong as a matter of international law will not bring peace.
As you expect, Israeli officials extremely pleased since Trump's new policy goes against that observed by the Obama, Carter, Clinton administrations. However, the Reagan White House, you may remember, considered the settlements only illegitimate. They didn't want to use Jews, they were illegal. So that shielded the Jewish state from any official condemnation by the United Nations. The 6th Annual Healthy Churches 2020 Conference has begun, sponsored by the Balm and Gilead. They're in Charlotte, North Carolina this week. Founder and CEO Dr. Pernessa Seal says that while, it's about promoting healthy food choices, she tells me it's so much more.
It's about the food we eat. It's about what happens if someone in your church or someone sitting in your pew on Sunday morning goes into a diabetic shock. Do you know what to do? How do you advocate when you're taking Sister Mary to the doctor and she's 85 years old? We need more people in our churches who have resources and knowledge to really address some of the issues in our community: asthma, Alzheimer's, lupus, cancer. We must have a sustainable response to the health disparities in our community from our churches.
Now, find out more. Just go to healthychurches2020.org. Lots of folks on Black Twitter, by the way, supporting white sportscaster Max Kellerman's defense of Colin Kaepernick's actions to manage his own workout Saturday. They're condemning Stephen A. for criticizing Kaepernick. Finally, people are talking about this one.
He's a real judge. In his courtroom, he has the right to make them pay. Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah, that's from this story is from News One, a website that says it brings you the latest news from a black perspective. Anyway, News One says TV judges Joe Brown is against putting Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. He says putting a black woman on a $20 bill before a black man is insulting to the black race. Unquote. Back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Jay-Z brought in millions for charity over the weekend with the first ever Sean Carter Foundation Gala. VIPs like his wife Beyonce, Tyler Perry, Meek Mill, Fat Joe, Swiss Beats, and more showed up at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. They raised about $6 million. The evening featured a set from Alicia Keys, described as an intimate, one-time only performance. Even the invites to the event were exclusive. Jay-Z sent Daytona Rolex watches and Ace of Spades champagne to potential attendees, instructing them to use the expensive watch as a VIP wristband.
What?
Loving that.
What?
Loving all up on that, okay? The Sean Carter Foundation was created by Jay-Z's mom, Miss Gloria Carter, in 2003 to provide with people with scholarships, study abroad opportunities, college workshops, and more to low-income students. So that's really good. Wow.
Was Kanye there, Shirley?
I didn't say he was here, Steve. No. Tommy, no. Why?
Don't ever,
Why you
don't ever call him me again.
Sorry. No, that was my bad. Sorry.
Okay. You make a lot of mistakes on this show, Shirley, but let that not be one of them.
Sometimes he sounds like you, Steve.
No, he don't. He don't sound like me.
Tommy.
Yep.
Show your uncle that you can sound like him.
Shirley, it ain't how he sound, it's what he say when he sound.
When it's the sound.
That's how you
when
know
he's
it ain't
making
me.
the sounds.
Okay, well.
Oh, yeah. It's what words is formed.
Well, I'm with you when you write, Steve. Okay. Well, speaking of giving back, Steve, you and Marjorie believe in giving back as well. So you have a priority, you have an agenda for the Harveys for coming up in 2020, your foundation and everything?
Yeah, well, it ain't. We not throwing a gala and you not getting a watch. So if you looking for that.
I'm not trying to put any
from
pressure on you, though, baby.
We're not getting rollies.
Well, I'm just, the Harveys and Carters are not playing in the same sandbox. So y'all can get this out your mind, man. Steve and them ought to throw some and give some watches and invite us. You're not getting a damn watch.
What identifies VIP at your thing?
Well, what we do is if you come to our events and you give us your watch, you sit at the VIP table.
He better bring one.
Yeah, that's the difference between the Carters and the Harveys. So, just letting you know. Let's just keep it as hood as possible.
Coming up at 34 after the hour, Steve is here, and you might have a relative at a Thanksgiving gathering who, we'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Thanksgiving is next Thursday, and we say this every year. Boy, it came quickly, didn't it? Well, Steve, you're here with, yeah, you might have a relative at Thanksgiving who, fill in the blank, Steve.
Yeah, I got a little something because, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I just want to remind you all to be conscious of the people that's in your house. These are just a few different types of people that you might have, and they're usually relatives now. These are all relatives. Some of them you've seen in a while, some recently, some people you ain't seen in a while. But these are relatives that you might have at Thanksgiving gathering. Here's the first one. You might have a relative there that done some hard time.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Yep. Sound familiar?
Yeah, Dwight.
Yep.
Here's another one. You might have a relative there that's got on work clothes but don't have a job.
Roy Harris.
Yep.
You got
Sitting
a
up there in
name?
a Pepsi uniform.
Junior?
Yeah, got on the Miller High Life
Come
driving suit.
Come
Ain't
on.
been
Come
to
on.
work. Got a damn post office uniform on. Your ass don't work at no post office, dog.
Yeah.
Here's another relative that you might have at your Thanksgiving gathering. One of them that done stole from their mama, so now you got to watch every damn move they make.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let him go in that back room. Do not let him go in that.
Here's another relative that you might have over on Thanksgiving. Mr. Black Power 100%, but he's married to a white girl.
Power to the people. Power to the people.
So black.
You better talk.
Tell you what's wrong with the black
Here's
party.
another relative that you might have over at the Thanksgiving dinner. You got one of them relatives got a brand new car, but what don't nobody know is he's sleeping in the car because he ain't got a place to live.
Oh, no.
That's him.
That's sad.
Here is the relative we all got. All of us got this one. Ain't gonna bring a damn thing, but gonna pack 6 to-go plates.
Yes,
I can't
Steve.
stand
Yes.
that. I can't stand that.
That's Tommy pet peeve.
I can't stand that, man.
Dog,
my
I
cousin.
can't stand it.
That's
Here
my
go the
cousin.
other one. One of your relatives gonna bring some kids to Thanksgiving that need their ass whipped, but you can't do nothing about it because they ain't yours.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you better talk.
It'd be a whole tribe, too.
That's all of us.
In there just throwing
Yup.
punch on each other, just dipping in the punch bowl, throwing it on each other. Get your black ass away from
Yeah.
this
The kid table is dangerous.
Get your black ass.
All this damn
That
twerking they
before I
doing but can't
stab
read.
Yeah. Sitting up in
Wait,
the
what,
take the
Junior?
knife down before I stab your
Yeah. The kids will do all that twerking but can't read.
ass. Yeah.
Damn show can't read cursive right. They
Yeah.
show can't do that.
Yeah. Hey, you ever had them relatives come over to your house that ain't nobody invite, but somehow they found out where everybody was?
Oh, yes.
I
indeed.
wonder where y'all was.
Oh,
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah.
He really is.
then
talking
you,
to
hey,
Mars.
you got the relative. Here go the relative come over. Swear them down. They don't eat pork, but just tearing up the greens that got pork in them.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yup.
I'll be killing
Yup.
it.
That would be a hog maul, partner. That right there. That's what that-
Last one. This the relative I had over 1 year. I made sure his ass don't come back no more. Found his ass in the guest room, fast asleep, not on top of the bed, but under the covers.
What?
Under the covers?
When you wake your
At my
fat
house?
ass up, I bet you are. Oh, yeah, dog. Oh, dog, I went upstairs in the guest room. He was in the bed.
Under the cover.
Oh, my Lenny?
Dog, done took his clothes
All
off.
right. All right,
Oh,
Steve. Thank you for that. Coming up next,
I'm whooping your ass.
the nephew in the building with today's prank phone call right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. I've never seen it or touched it. Right now, the nephew in the building with today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Nev?
Well, we in jail, but that don't mean we can't order pizza. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's order one. In jail, ordering a pizza. Let's go.
No pizza. May I help you?
Hello, I'm trying to order pizza.
Okay, can you hold for me, please?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, sorry about that, sir. Can I take your order?
Yeah, I need to order 10 pizzas.
You want 10 pizzas? And what kind of crust was that going to be?
I need 6.
Sir, can you talk up for me, please?
I need 6 cheese pizzas.
6?
6 cheese pizzas on thin crust.
What kind of crust was that again?
Thin.
6 cheese, thin crust pizzas. And do you want any other toppings on that, sir?
No, I need two meat lovers.
What was that again? Can you speak up a little bit? I'm really having a hard time hearing you.
I need 2 meat lovers.
2 meat lovers, is that?
Yes, 2 meat lovers.
2 meat lovers pizza. Okay, and what kind of crust would you like on that, sir?
That's thick crust.
You said you wanted thin crust on that?
Thick.
Sir, I'm having a really hard time hearing you. Can you speak up for me?
I need 2 meat lovers with thick crust.
Thick crust. Okay.
All right, and then the last is 2 veggies on thin crust.
2 bed sheets?
Veggies.
2 veggies. 2 veggies on the thick crust.
Do y'all deliver to gated community?
Okay, can you hold for a second for me, please, sir? Okay, sorry about that, sir. Okay, can I get your phone number?
342-689.
Okay, I heard 342-689, but I didn't get the rest of those numbers. Can I get an area code or?
No, my number 342-689.
Okay, I need to get the whole 7 digits and the area code so that we can put you in the computer to try to find your location.
I told you my number. My number is 342-689.
Okay, sir. Let me get my manager on the phone. Excuse me, wait. There's the phone. He's giving me like 6 numbers. How can he?
That's fine. I'll take care of it. Sir, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, I ordered 10 pizzas, 6 cheese pizzas, 2 meat lovers, and 2 veggies. I'm trying to see do y'all have a problem delivering to a gated community?
Oh, not at all. We deliver to a gated community all the time. Let me just get a number for you and an address.
Right, my number 342-689.
Sir, that's only 6 digits. We need 7 digits. Well, actually, your area code plus your 7 digits.
Okay, I don't. If you just leave it with the guard, he'll make sure I get it.
No, sir, I don't think you understand. I need to have a phone number where I can call you. We can go in and out of the gate. That's not a problem. When I get there, I want to deliver directly to you.
You can't go in and out that gate. Shh, listen, you can't go in and out that gate.
Sir, I'm sorry I can't hear you. Can you speak up some?
Okay. I'm trying to get 10 pizzas delivered, and you just drop it off with the guard.
Sir, I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to deliver the pizza to you directly. The guard is not who's getting the pizza, right? I'm delivering it.
But he gonna pay you. I'm cool with the guard. He gonna pay you.
Okay. Well, where are you located? Let's do this. Where are you located?
I'm in Angola.
Angola?
Angola.
Where's Angola?
Angola. Y'all don't know where Angola? I'm in Angola.
Angola, Louisiana?
The penitentiary.
Huh? So we can't deliver pizza to Angola Penitentiary?
Look, I ordered 10 pizzas from her. 6 cheese pizzas, 2 meat lovers, and 2 veg. Look, I can't be on this phone too much longer.
Listen, sir, I know what you're saying, but we're not delivering to Angola. Do you know where we're located? You got to call somebody. We're in Dallas. Look, you got to call somebody in Angola, Louisiana.
Look, I'm trying to get these 10 pizzas. Look, lady, I'm not finna go back and forth with you.
Exactly, and I'm not going to go back and forth with you either. We are unable to deliver this pizza to you, okay?
Why?
Because you are in the penitentiary, sir. No one delivers pizza to people in the penitentiary.
People in the penitentiary can't order pizza?
No, sir, they cannot. We do not deliver to the penitentiary. And then we're in Dallas. Do you know how long it would take to get pizza to Angola?
I don't give a Let me tell you, okay, who the manager there?
I am the manager. You're speaking with the manager.
What's your name?
Never mind what my name is. Just know that I'm the manager.
Okay, let me say this to you.
since you the manager there. If I don't get no pizzas here tonight, when I get out in 3 years, I'm coming down there and I'm gonna you up.
So who the you think you talking to? You ain't gonna me up. In 3 years, I won't be here. But matter of fact, I just might stay here for 3 years. So when you come back,
let me tell you something. If y'all don't bring these pieces to this penitentiary and get it to the guard before he get off work, then it's gonna be some around here. Now I done ordered these 10 pizzas and everybody on the cell block is waiting on them.
Sir, I don't care about you and your folk on your cell block. You are in the penitentiary, and I don't even know why you calling or you on my phone. This is a business, okay? And I have a job to do. I am not delivering pizzas to a penitentiary.
So y'all discriminating about where y'all bring pizzas at?
No, we don't discriminate, but we ain't located in Angola unless you gonna give me some petrol for my metro. I ain't coming.
Let me tell you something. I want you to remember these numbers. 342-689. If you see that spray painted on your house or that damn pizza place, then you know my done got out and I'm looking for your 342-689.
I don't give a about 342-689 and 743. What I'm saying is your is grass if you come up here in 3 years, and guess what? Don't drop the soap.
Who you think you talking to?
That's what I said.
Who you think you talking to?
You better get off my phone.
I got one more thing to tell you before I get out in 3 years. These are the last words I'm going to say to you.
What's that?
You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening. Say what you got to say.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your girlfriend got me to prank phone call you.
Oh, my goodness. You got to be freaking kidding me, man. Oh, my God. Oh, God, this is Nephew Tommy.
Everybody with me? We good?
Talk some more about what you were talking about earlier.
What? Not being able to have none after surgery?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about it. They listening right now. I know they listening. They taking the damn kids to school. You listening?
Who is
you
they?
Could come. Let me.
Yeah, who is they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Her listening.
So you gonna just let Shirley talk you into this? This what you gonna
let me
do?
go ahead. Hey, the radio boys is coming to Philadelphia. Let me do that. Friday, the 20th of December, we'll be in town. It's the Holiday Comedy Jam. That's J.M.D. Brown, Kid Jr. Spates, hosted by Nephew Tommy, and the one and only Earthquake will be in the building. All right? That's the Holiday Comedy Jam in Philadelphia. Friday, December 20th at the Met. Tickets on sale at all Ticketmaster outlets or at the box office. All right? It's a Live Nation and WDAS event. That's what it is. Tickets on sale right now. Yeah,
all
you
right.
listening while you're in the car, ain't you? Ain't you listening?
You ain't really bright at all, huh, Tommy? You just
very bright.
Let him go. Let him get his feelings out.
Very bright.
Why are you all trying to stop him? He's just
Whoever
emoting.
no sex after surgery. Whoever heard of that?
That's
Who
right,
heard of that?
Tommy. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It's all right, though.
Go ahead, Tommy. Make her.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Go on, make her.
No,
There you go. That's a good
that's
idea.
all right. That's all right. I'm going to get through this by myself. I'm good. You understand?
No sex, no sleep after surgery.
Taking all these pain pills.
Yeah, them pain pills lock you up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie
locked,
to you.
I'm locked
I
up
had
and
that
locked
hernia
out.
surgery, boy. I was taking them pain pills. Woo! I said, good Lord. Hell, this swelling can't go down because I'm backed up.
Yeah, well, I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of it. But I'm going to ride it out. I'm all right, y'all.
Hey, Tommy,
Y'all
can I
pray-
ask you a question?
Pray for me, man. Go. Yeah.
If you
go ahead.
if you was to get some, how you gonna hold yourself up?
I figure that out when I get to it.
You can't do one-arm push-ups. What you finna do?
Hey,
All right.
just present it to me first, okay?
Thank
Let me
you.
figure it out.
Thank you, nephew. Thank you.
Present it.
Thank you. Up
You
next,
can't
Strawberry
army
Letter.
crawl up to it. You only got one arm.
The subject is for Tommy. I've never seen it or touched it. We'll be back to get into the letter right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter. Just like this one, we're going to read this one live on the air right here, right now. Let's go, Tommy.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
Thank you. Subject, I have never seen it or touched it. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been in a long-distance relationship with a great guy for the past 6 years. We live an hour apart, so it's not far at all, and we see each other regularly. When we spend time together, it's wonderful, and we have a lot of sex to make up for the times we're apart. Although we have a lot of sex, it is never the romantic experience that I crave, because I've never seen my man naked from the waist down. I have never touched any part of his body from the waist down. He will let me rub on his chest, and that's it. If I try to touch below his waist, he immediately grabs my hand. I used to ask him why, and he would say that it's his goal to please me and that I should just relax and let him take over. That is so weird to me, and it ruins the whole experience for me. As soon as we're done, he puts his boxers back on. He has never just rolled over and passed out like my exes used to do. Another thing that's strange is we have never taken a shower or a bubble bath together. I have no problem sashaying around with no clothes on in front of him, and he enjoys it. But he is always covered up. I know you are wondering why I'm bringing it up now if I've been dealing with it for 6 years. Well, he's been talking about taking our relationship to the next level. So now I have to make some decisions about him and our future. I don't know if I can live with a prudish man for the rest of my life. We are both in our late 50s, so I am not sure what he's hiding down there. I should be able to love on his entire body and enjoy a little shower action occasionally. If this is his only flaw that I may be overthinking things. What do you think? Is it strange to you? How can I open up a discussion about it? Please advise. Wow, this whole letter is a little weird and strange to me. The fact that you've been in a long-distance relationship for the past 6 years is weird and strange to me. The fact that you think an hour away qualifies as a long-distance relationship is a little weird and strange to me. And the fact that you say you have a lot of sex, but you have not seen it or touched him below the waist, but you want to and he won't let you, that is super weird, super strange. So, I don't know. At first I was thinking, maybe he's married, maybe he's not that into you. But then you say he's been talking about taking your relationship to the next level, so now you have to make some decisions about him. I mean, could he be like super, super shy or something? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on down there that he won't let you see or touch. I mean, I've heard about women who want to, be intimate with the lights off and things like that, but usually men don't care. So, they walk around naked and they're very comfortable with their bodies. So I don't know. Steve's a man. I'm going to pass this one over to him. Maybe he sees something in here that,
Hell yeah.
I mean, I was going to say that maybe, he's disproportionately small or something, but you have a lot of sex. So that couldn't be it, and you would know that.
That ain't it. I got it.
All right, so I'm gonna pass it on over to
baby. Pass it on to Steve, like you said.
I'm gonna pass it on over to Steve right now. Go ahead, Steve.
I got it for you.
Go ahead, baby.
Before I answer this letter, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out. If you have small kids in the room,
good,
or in the car, put their headsets on and let them do something else. Because this is an educational letter, and I would be using educational terminology.
Terms, okay.
Yeah, if you don't want your children to hear words like this, then I'm asking you gently, as a father and a grandfather. Now, my grandkids get to hear this type of stuff because Papa don't fix a damn thing in his house. I stay here. Y'all don't chip in on no rent. You hear what? And oh, by the way, congratulations to little Ezra because he's walking now. I saw a video funny as hell. All right. So here we go. I've never seen it or touched it. Dear Shirley and Steve, I've been in a long-distance relationship with a great guy for the past 6 years. We live an hour apart, so it ain't far at all, and we see each other often. Our part is not a long-distance relationship. It's a long drive, but it ain't a long distance. Right. It take a minute to get there, but it's not long distance. Long distance relationships mean it's hard to see one another. But you said in your letter that you see each other often, and when you do, you have a lot of sex together, making up from your time apart. But you say it's never the romantic experience that I crave. Because I've never seen my man naked from the waist down. Dun, 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 dun. Why could this be? Well, I already know what the problem is, and I'm going to share it with you. He lets you rub on his chest, but if I try to touch below his waist, he immediately grabs my hand, and I used to ask him why, and he would say it's his goal to please me, and I should just relax and let him take over. Your man is in his late 50s. Your man has a penile implant.
That's what it is?
That's what I believe.
Yep.
Wasn't even over there.
All right, Steve, hold on. We have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes. The subject of today's Strawberry Letter, I have never seen it or touched it.
And that's
We'll be
what
right
you
back.
call a good-ass cliffhanger.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject. I have never seen it or touched it. Now, when we left off...
Yeah, we left off. You was in a long-distance relationship that's an hour away. That ain't long distance. Shirley pointed that out. It just take you a longer time to see each other, but that ain't long distance. Well, y'all have a lot of sex because y'all been apart and you don't see each other. And when you do have sex, it's not the romantic experience that you crave because in your late 50s, you've never seen or touched his private part from the waist down. Every time you try, he grabs your hand. Ah! Now let's stop right here.
Wait,
who
what?
the hell's ah?
Okay.
Who do that? What man?
I don't know.
You having a romantic time with, and you reach for it, and he go, no.
No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am,
Stop.
Pam.
No. Hey. What you doing? Don't do that. Who do that? What man?
I don't know.
What man do this? And now I got 2 solutions for you. The cliffhanger I left with, because he's in the late 50s, the reason you've never seen it, the reason you've never touched it, the reason, whoa, all this here, it's because your man has penile implants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Okay. All right.
Or, here is the kicker.
Wait, there's more?
Yeah, all these are shocking revelations.
Yeah. You did a disclaimer earlier.
I did say get your kids out the room. Now you're going to have to do some explaining if your kids hear this one. So listen to me carefully.
Hopefully they won't.
Maybe your man is not a man.
Okay.
Okay,
But a
okay.
woman,
Work with me on this now.
But a woman with
no.
No, I don't see
No.
that.
an aid.
Like a sexual, okay. I mean,
That's why the lights
Let's
off.
just say some extra curriculum
Help.
activity
regular,
device.
They don't
I'm
take
just
showers
putting it
together.
out.
They don't take baths together. He is always covered up, she said. She's been dealing with this for 6 years. He wants to take the relationship to the next level, Steve. If she tries to touch it, he immediately grabs her hand. She's never seen him naked from the waist down.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey.
I'm sensitive.
Wow.
I'm so.
Stop saying that.
I'm so. Can't say that.
I can't see it.
You can't see it, Shirley.
Right.
Magic. It's magic.
No, it's magic. It's like a trick, and I don't want you to. This is an illusion. It's like, hey, let me ask you a question. Do the magicians show you where the rabbit at?
They never do.
No.
Huh?
They never
You don't
do.
know how they do their tricks.
No.
Huh,
You're not a magician.
Let me ask you something.
You're my
Do you
man.
have any idea where the damn dove come from?
No, not one.
Never.
Not one.
Still trying to
So
figure that.
I'm doggone it. Who you think 50 Cent was writing this song about?
What?
I got the magic stick.
Magic. Oh, good.
And you can't mess with it because it's magic. Girl, you gonna mess around and mess the whole trick up now.
Wow. So he's
Stop
a
it.
magician.
He's a magician, Shirley.
She's dating a magician. Okay.
You're dating 50 Cent.
What?
You dating
Caleb.
Curtis.
Curtis Jackson. Wow.
And that's what it is. Those are your three options. Number one, penile implant.
Penile implant.
Number
okay.
two, your man is not a man
Okay.
and has extracurricular activities. And number three, he's a magician and you can't ever see the trick.
Whoa. All
You
right.
can't
There
pull
you
the
have it.
curtain back on the trick.
No, you can't.
Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Please don't forget to check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, the president is as healthy as can be, right? Well, that's what the White House says anyway. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, President Trump visited Walter Reed National Military Medical Center on Saturday for part, he says, of his annual physical. After he said everything is good, this part of the physical comes 9 months after his last checkup, which was done in one visit. White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham issued a statement saying there was nothing unusual about the visit. Grisham said, anticipating a very busy 2020, the president is taking advantage of a free weekend here in Washington to begin portions of his routine annual physical exam at Walter Reed. The president is 73 years old, and the White House said he is healthy as can be. Now,
Can
guys,
I tell y'all something?
Yeah. What?
It's
Go
something
ahead.
wrong with every 73-year-old person. Don't you believe for 1 minute? But here's the problem.
What's that?
Let me ask y'all something. And I don't wish no ill on the man. I don't, because I don't wish ill on people.
Right.
Because I don't wish none on me.
Right.
I just wish
But
he
do
knew.
he look healthy to you?
I was just about to say that.
No.
I mean, just when you look at him,
No.
do you go, man, he healthy?
Yeah. Yeah. He takes meds for high cholesterol, Steve.
All them damn cheeseburgers, Shirley. He eat all
he
them burgers
weighs-
every
all
damn
of
day.
He weighs in at 243 pounds. His BMI is 30.4, which makes him clinically obese. This is what his last physical
See, that was
revealed.
from the last physical.
The last
Yeah,
one back in
yeah.
February.
And
Damn,
he
we
look
got
like
the same
What month
damn
is this,
body
November?
measurement.
Wait, what?
We damn near got the same body measurement.
You're not clinically obese. You're
I'm
not
just a
243.
fat-ass Donald
taller.
Trump.
Wow.
But are you taller than him? How tall are you?
You're
Yeah,
62,
and better
right?
looking. And
Oh.
better looking.
Yeah.
That's the first time you got cute on this show. That's the first
I
time.
promise you I'm cute. I know for a fact I'm cuter than Donald Trump is. And what
No
you're
ifs,
not
ands, or
going to
buts.
do is call me his ass. You know, I know I ain't pretty, but I ain't Donald Trump. And what you're not going to do
Wait a minute,
is say Donald Trump is cuter than me. That's not going to happen.
We not gonna say that. We are not gonna say that.
6'3" though.
Yeah,
Guys,
he's tall.
6'3".
Donald Trump is tall. He is very tall.
I
I
might
thought he was
not
6'4". I thought he was
Man,
6'4".
his fat ass. Let me explain something to you.
He's very tall.
I might not be as good looking as Barack Obama, but
that
I
would be
can
a no.
promise you my ass is cuter than Donald Trump.
And he said cute.
Yeah.
All right, well, coming
When
up
it
at
come
the
to
top
him,
Coming up at the top of the hour, guys, would you rather receive a gift with a personal touch than an expensive price tag? We'll talk about that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're worried about the fact that this doesn't apply to you really, Steve. If you're worried about the fact that you can't afford to get your loved ones a great gift this holiday season.
Well, if you want to do it. I mean, if I can't afford it.
Right. This does not apply to you. Yeah. You may not have to worry.
I only buy one Christmas gift.
And that's to Marjorie.
Hey, I need help with mine this year. Can you help me with mine this year?
Nope.
Oh, come on, man.
Because
I gotta buy my
every
wife something
time,
good.
but Tommy, every time you ask me something, we got to go through it over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So, no, I can't help you this year. No, I can't find nothing for $78. No.
Wait. Now, when we went to get her ring, didn't I follow instructions? I did, didn't I? Bought the ring in New York. He took me in this place, got 8 doors, and they locking every door till you get to the back. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. But did I buy the ring? I bought it. The dude wouldn't give me no damn layaway or nothing, but I did.
Look, I told you it wasn't no damn layaway in this
Did he embarrass you?
You would have put something on it.
Dog, you didn't buy your ring from Walmart. We was at
We
a
was in
jeweler.
the heart of New York. We was where the money was, boy. Woo!
Yeah. Okay, Tommy, so what you want to know?
I don't know what to get. I don't. I really don't know what to get.
Okay,
Well,
can
according
I ask you
to-
a question on the radio? What is the budget that we dealing with?
Okay, I don't want to seem like I'm just... Okay. Between 8 and 10, I spend that.
8 and 10,000?
God, dog, did I just say that? Yeah, man.
Wow,
Hurry
that's
up,
a
I'll change
lot.
my mind.
What the anger for?
That's
Because I'm already mad about it. Come on, what I can get with that?
A better
Hell
attitude?
Yeah. Nice ass Christmas gift.
Better
there, boy.
attitude.
Boy, you can
I love it, Junior.
Boy, you get a nice ass Christmas gift. Hell, for $99, you can reserve your trip to Sand and Soul.
Nice.
I'm just throwing that out there for those of you that's looking for a wonderful Christmas gift.
Stocking
Sand and
stuffer.
Soul
Right.
in Punta Cana. Yeah,
Stocking
if you
stuffer.
want to lay your people out, go to SteveHarveySandandSoul.com and make somebody's Christmas worthwhile living. But if you got $8,000 to $10,000, Tommy, wow. You could give her.
That's a lot of money, Tommy.
That's a lot. Let's go down. Let's go down.
That's a lot.
between-
No,
You
dog.
no,
Are you
are
for
not
real,
going
dog?
down. No.
Dog, you cannot go down.
No, especially
Okay.
since you told us, 2 married women on this show, no, sir.
Go down.
I just bought a car not too long
of
ago,
money.
y'all.
Okay,
Okay, go
and
ahead.
I was
She
there
gotta
when you gave her
drive.
the car. I was there
Yeah.
for
Hey,
that.
dog.
She gotta
dog,
drive
that's what you. Hey, dog. Welcome to the world of balling. It's hard, ain't it?
Yeah, dog, and you don't get to take off. Sometimes you ought to be able to take
No.
off from balling.
No, sir.
Well, go ahead.
No, sir. And these
That's
gifts
that
got to
lifestyle
start
you want.
topping. Yeah. All that faking and fronting.
Yeah.
Here we go now.
Now you up to 8 to 10 in it was 3 years. Ooh.
8 to 10,000. This is for Christmas or birthday?
Damn near both. They less than a month apart. Go ahead, Christmas.
That ain't got nothing to do with it, partner. Now, which
Two
one
separate
is this?
occasions.
Birthday
This is
or
Christmas.
Christmas?
Christmas.
Okay, have you bought the birthday yet?
No.
Okay, now let me
A
explain
combination
something
gift?
to you.
That's what
Your
I said. Two
your
separate
your
occasions.
gifts have to build. So whatever you get her for her birthday, on Christmas you want to top it.
Well, Christmas is
'Cause of
first,
the
and then the
year
birthday
end.
is
Christmas is
in
first.
January.
Birthday gonna be about 15.
The Christmas is
Oh,
first.
okay.
That's right.
All right, when we come back, I'll tell you what you get.
All right, coming up, more
For
music,
8 to
more
10,000.
fun. And Steve's going to help Tommy get his wife a beautiful,
Drop that down from 5 to
expensive
7.
Christmas gift. Coming up at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, we're back. So is the mystery being solved? Steve, you're helping your nephew buy his wife something beautiful for Christmas.
I can't tell him a trip because she wants to open something for herself. For Marjorie's birthday, I gave her a trip because I'm like out of stuff to buy. So I gave her a trip for her birthday. Yeah, you not.
Oh, there's always stuff to buy. I don't want to hear that. Go ahead.
So
there's never a shortage. Just skipping over Christmas, could I get a gift for birthday?
No.
I mean,
boy, you gonna skip Christmas? Where you planning
No,
on
I'm not
sleeping
skipping it.
Christmas
I'm saying,
night?
Okay, I'm not skipping it. What I'm saying is, could a trip be for the birthday?
No, dog. Are you crazy? Here's the deal: $8,000 to $10,000 you can get for Christmas in 4 different boxes. 2 of the bangingest purses with 2 of the bangingest pair of shoes. And I'm talking about high-end, ain't no game. Tommy, what the hell did you do? And could probably, you can put 3 and 3,000, 2, 8, yeah. Cold bag, 2 cold bags, and 2 super cold shoes. Super cold bags and super cold shoes.
All right.
And the birthday ain't got nothing to do with that, though? The birthday ain't got
Not a
nothing to do with
damn thing. Bet not.
All right, coming up, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and some trending topics at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Jay-Z brought in millions for charity over the weekend with the first ever Sean Carter Foundation Gala. VIPs like his wife Beyonce, Tyler Perry, Meek Mill, Fat Joe, Swiss Beats, and more showed up at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. They raised about $6 million. The evening featured a set from Alicia Keys, described as an intimate, one-time only performance. Even the invites to the event were exclusive. Jay-Z sent Dayona Rolex watches and Ace of Spades champagne to potential attendees, instructing them to use the expensive watch as a VIP wristband.
What?
Loving that.
What?
Loving all up on that, okay? The Sean Carter Foundation was created by Jay-Z's mom, Miss Gloria Carter, in 2003 to provide with people with scholarships, study abroad opportunities, college workshops, and more to low-income students. So that's really good. Wow.
Was Kanye there, Shirley?
I didn't say he was here, Steve. No. Tommy, no. Why?
Don't ever,
Why you
don't
ask?
ever call him me again.
Sorry. No, that was my bad. Sorry.
Okay. Good. You make a lot of mistakes on this show, Shirley, but let that not be one of them.
Sometimes he sounds like you, Steve.
No, he don't. He don't sound like me.
Tommy.
Yup.
Show your uncle that you can sound like him.
Shirley, it ain't how he sound. It's what he say when he sound.
When it's the sound.
That's how you
when
know
he's
it
making
ain't
the
me.
sounds.
Okay, well.
Oh, yeah. It's what words is formed.
Well, I'm with you when you write, Steve. Okay. Well, speaking of giving back, Steve, you and Marjorie believe in giving back as well. So you have a priority, you have an agenda for the Harveys for coming up in 2020, your foundation and everything?
Yeah, well, it ain't. We not throwing a gala and you not getting a watch. So if you're looking for that.
I'm not trying to put any
from
pressure on you, though,
Harveys.
baby.
We're not getting rollies.
Well, I'm just, the Harveys and Carters are not playing in the same sandbox. So y'all can get this out your mind, man. Steve and them ought to throw some and give some watches and invite us. You're not getting a damn watch.
What identifies VIP at your thing?
Well, what we do is if you come to our events and you give us your watch,
You sit at the VIP table.
He better bring one.
Yeah, that's the difference between the Carters and the Harveys. Just letting you know. Let's just keep it as hood as possible.
Coming up, our last break of the day and some closing remarks. And I have an email for you, Steve. Coming up at 49 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it was a good day, good Tuesday, fun Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, man, you're not broke, Tommy. Stop that.
It's a broke ass Tuesday. I done spent 10 grand on here just talking to him.
Well,
man, why don't you take that comedy holiday jam check and use that for Christmas?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, baby.
And then use that comedy
big
explosion.
Money grip.
Comedy explosion.
Comedy
check
explosion.
on the 29th and use that for birthday. You ought to be good.
Yeah.
all right, guys, before we get out of here, Steve, I have an email for you from a listener in Las Vegas. Her name is Mandy M. She says, I just want to say I love listening to 105.7 every day, mostly the Steve Harvey Morning Show, and thank him because I'm from South Africa and he spoke so proudly about the black people there. I live in Vegas now for 6 years, but my kids are still in Africa, and it's been a struggle for me not to see them for so long. But it's people like Steve who keep us going in this world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Jammin' 105.7. Thank you, Steve, for your inspirational messages every morning. Mm-hmm.
Hey, when do Family Feud start over there, dog?
We start taping December 11th. In South Africa, and then I go back in January to tape for Ghana, and then I come back to the States to tape the American version.
Mm-hmm. Mandy says she just wants to let you know how much she respects you and the things you said about Africa the other day on your show, and she just loves listening to 105.7 every day. Thank you so much. A lot of respect,
Cool.
a lot of
really
love.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, man.
That was very nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Hey, do they have a Wheel of Fortune in Africa?
No.
Won't you set it up where I come do that while you doing Family Feud? You know what I'm saying? Let's make some sense.
Because you don't do Wheel of Fortune in the States.
Too ready for love.
But I could do Wheel of Fortune in Africa.
Oh, you can't say.
How he gonna spin the wheel with his arm?
You can spin the wheel.
Wait, how you gonna be on the game show that you can't pronounce?
I can do it. I'll have it right by the time I get there.
You gonna have people just trying to spin that wheel with their heel of fortune. People got their leg over the balcony trying to spin with their heels because Tommy.
Take something over there that you could say, like Ready to Love or something.
Yeah, I can do Ready to Love now.
Yeah.
That's hitting, but I want y'all to know. Thank y'all for watching my show because it's hitting.
Love you.
We support everything.
That's my
People
show,
are loving
Tommy.
it. The numbers are good.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ask you about something off there. Hey, let me leave people with this closing remark right quick
Okay.
before it gets too much.
Okay.
I try to remind people about their own spirituality. It's an individual faith walk. Your relationship with God is very, very uniquely yours. God created us all very, very uniquely. Our walk with Him is a unique walk. Our journey has been a unique journey. No two people have had the exact same lives, the exact same set of circumstances, in the exact same order. So with that in mind, your relationship with God and your walk with Him will be very, very uniquely yours. The problem that we have with Christianity and walking our walks with our God and our faith is because we keep trying to compare ours to others. What I would suggest to people is start your relationship with God. If you have not formed a daily relationship with Him, I strongly suggest that you just start in your own way approaching God on a daily basis. It is the beginning
of your entire existence changing for the better. It can do you no harm to do this. Please do not let the devil accomplish the one mission that he has in your life, and that is to rob you of your destiny. You should have a relationship with your Creator. You should be in communication on a daily basis with your Creator. You who are feeling like you're downtrodden, those of you who feel like you don't have answers, those of you who think you're alone, those of you who are feeling any form of confusion. And instead of saying those of you, let me change that and say those of us, because it's everybody that fits into momentary lapses of confusion, unknowing decisions you have to make, feeling sadness sometimes, trying to figure it out, trying to discover and find the way. All of this happens to all of us from time to time. I am strongly suggesting to you, as I have had to discover in my life, that the more you talk to God, the more you allow him to have a presence in your day, the better you are to handle and to cope with the decisions, the trials, the moments that occur in your life. God is available for you today to come to him any way you want to. You don't need an appointment, and God would love to hear from you. Those are my closing remarks today. Y'all have a good weekend. This is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's
have
only
yourself
Tuesday,
a good
yeah.
weekend. I don't care, but Lord Jesus knows we want it to come. Weekend,
Yes, sir.
come on. Bye.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit steveharveyfm.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.